Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the fresh new video on socket programming part 2 using Python. So in previous session we are done creating a socket and binding a socket. So let's discuss what are the mistakes in the previous session. Okay, let's start from creating a socket. So here in the host, if you have given a space, then it will create a binding error. So remove this space and okay, then okay, let's it's not a mistake, but uh, for more familiar with programming, okay, let's put it in here. uh, it's although not matter in compilation, and it will not create any error. Only it's for become familiar with programming. So what this does is, first it bind a host and port and print binding. Then we listen, and here if any error occur, that means in except block, if any error occur, uh, okay, first it try that block, and if any error occur, here it will print binding error, and it will okay, so we'll do retrying, and okay, it is not a error, but it became familiar with programming. uh, then what does retrying means? Okay, uh, okay, let's understand this. uh, Whenever an error occur, it will print binding error, and then it will print retrying. That means it will work that function, it will work for that function again. That means it will call that function, to work. Okay, so here we will call that function. That function mean here binding function. We will again call that function, uh, and this is only if any error occur. If not, then it will perform try block. Yeah, you can understand it very easily. It is more familiar with natural language. That means try. That means okay, whenever this binding function call, and uh, then first it will try, means okay, let's try that. And if while trying that block, if any error occur, then it will print binding error and retrying and call that function again. So I hope you guys understand. Okay, I've done it before. I will explain you very simple way. So okay, I will just remove this. uh, okay, so we are in accept method now. uh, to accept, there is a method called as.accept, and this will accept the connection from the client. Okay, let's see in document. See, here we have a document. Yes, as.accept. This passively accepts TCP client connection, waiting until connection arrives. That means it will execute the next line only if the connection is established with client. Okay, you can see here, block until there are connection from the client. Okay, so let's write a code for connection establishment. Okay, we'll need that general socket method later. Okay, as.accept. So after accepting that connection with client, we'll store the address of client as addr, and we'll give a reference of client as clnt. Then we'll print connection established with okay with plus okay, not idea. Okay, let's do it only for this. Okay, so this line is execute only if connection is established with client. Okay, let's put it in try block. So okay, then yeah, then after trying that, if any error occur, that means accept socket dot error as message. That means if any error occur, then it will store as message. Then print establishing error plus will concat two string using plus operator. So we'll typecast that message into str, that means in string. Okay, so now what we do is we'll add a function in try block. So whenever accept function is called, it will try this block. That means it will make a connection with the client, and after making connection with client, it will print connection established with client. It will print the address of the client. Then it will call send command function to send a message. Okay, and so here in now send command. Okay, so here we will store the input message as msg, sorry, input enter the message. Okay, now we will send this message in bytes. Okay, to do so we have function in Python called encode. Okay, I will show you. So here is site, I will give you a link in description. So yeah, here you can see encode, this encode function will result in a sequence of byte. Okay, now what we'll do is dot send str will encode the string into bytes. So str dot encode, and msg is a string, so we'll encode the string into bytes. So we do str dot encode msg. So we are sending this message to the client. So we'll need here clnt, because here in server we have a reference of client as clnt. So to use that clnt, we have to pass the parameter, because this clnt is not in this send command. So here we will pass that this clnt into send command. And okay, I have done it already. So parameter clnt, and now we can use that clnt. Okay, then after that okay, let's back into the document. So we have done creating a socket, binding, listening, accepting the connection, and writing a message. Then we'll close the socket dot close. So here if any error occur, okay, send command, and okay, connection established with client, then it will do a call of function send command, and send command send a message, and we'll do clnt dot close. Okay, so okay, let's see here. This line is execute only if this function is complete. Okay, after completing that function, this function, it will close the connection with the client. Okay, so here in the main function you have to add now asset function and not this send command, because it is called inside the asset. Okay, so let's run this code. Okay, yes, here you can see binding. That means our code is running. Okay, let's see, here we have problems, undefined variable addr. So okay, here I have mistake. I have store in addr, so addr, because I have done here addr, so that will make error. Okay, problem one, module socket has no error member, maybe. Okay, no problems. Binding, that means, and whenever the client connection established, it will print connection established with client. And to do so, we have to first make a client program. Then we'll see how server and client work in upcoming session.